It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. As we will be heading down to King's Place Bar and Grill tonight, a burger haven in Meesville. We thought, rank you very much today. How about this? Burger toppings. Give us your top three. You can join in at 651-989-ROCK. Text us your top three. We will go around the burger table right here.
I'm already having anxiety because somebody is going to say egg, and then I'm going to pre-throw up my lunch on the board here.
Let's not assume anything. There's no reason to assume anyone's going egg. We know you're not going to say egg, so why don't you start it off, Ryder? What's your number three?
Yeah. Okay, here's my weird one because I can only get it when I'm traveling because it's a southern thing. It is a fried green tomato.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, you can put anything else. You can put kale. You can put Brussels sprouts. I don't care. Put, blueberry yogurt. If you have a fried green tomato on the burger, I will eat it.
That's impressive.
Okay,
So,
my question is,
here
will you eat it as a meat burger, or are you going like Impossible?
Well, on vacation, I usually,
We'll have a meat burger?
We get a little funky, yeah.
Wow,
So,
I like that.
I mean,
Stepping outside your comfort zone.
When in Rome, you got to eat as the Romans eat, and they eat the meats.
Now, I have had a lot of fried green tomatoes in my life. I don't know that I've ever had one on a burger.
Oh, no? Oh, go for
just
it.
right there on as a side. Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, I do need it on the burger, and then also the appetizer, too.
Yeah, no,
So, it's real good.
I'm adding it to the list of things I need to add to a burger. That's a solid one.
Yes.
Didn't see it coming. All right,
No, I didn't
Fletcher,
see it coming either.
You're number three.
This is maybe the most predictable one ever, and I'm going to make Ryder's nightmares come true. Fried egg.
Whoa.
Every now and then, not often, but every now and then, I need a fried egg on top of that thing. The breakfast, some cheese.
Sure.
And the fried egg, man. It's just, I don't know. There's something. At first, when I heard about it, I'm like, this is disgusting. There's no way I ever want to try this.
Disgusting.
And then I tried it once, and I was like, "Oh man, it's just so full and rich, though, that I only do it occasionally."
I understand, Ryder. But just to you approved. You threw your hands up in the air when you just said yes, it is disgusting. And just to confirm, there's not a time in life when an egg isn't disgusting in your world, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
okay, just making sure.
But you got the yellow ooze all over the place.
Yeah,
You want to eat
close
that?
your eyes in it. Close your eyes and imagine that yellow ooze dripping down the sides of the meat. Oh yeah.
No.
My number three sounds boring. I get it, and I'm this is how I picture this. If I'm making a burger at home, not a restaurant, but like, what is it? What am I going to go to the wall for? What really pleases me?
Okay.
Lettuce. Just listen, a crisp, recently rinsed slab of iceberg lettuce on a burger. It's like the yin to the meat's yang. It provides, and I'm not normally a texture guy, but that crisp crunch. The texture, that snap with every bite really makes a difference to me. And that goes back to childhood. Every Saturday, the Gorman family, it was hot dogs and hamburgers. That's what we called it. On the big Weber grill, hot dogs and hamburgers. And I would get that burger, and I would peruse through looking for the perfect slice of lettuce, the big leaf of lettuce. And if you get the right one, it works for me. I'm a man of simple pleasures.
You're going to get the crunch, and it's also going to bring like a freshness to it too. Probably,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah. And again, it's got to be just rinsed. I mean, I want a couple of water drops on there.
As soon as you put it on the burger, though, then it gets warm, and then you have warm lettuce, and that's not great.
You've never seen me eat.
Okay.
It doesn't take long.
4 bites done.
Eighth child at a table, there's no pacing yourself with a meal. I had to eat fast before everyone else took my food.
When you say eighth child at the table, I'm surprised that you guys even had toppings for your burgers, because there were 2 kids at my table and we did not.
Table.
Yeah, it was, here's the burger, maybe a piece of cheese, here's some ketchup, we're done.
Got it. Okay. All right. Very good.
Okay.
So let's move on to our number 2s, Ryder. So you have fried green tomatoes. I'm very excited for your number 2.
Okay, and I don't technically know what this actually is, but every time it goes on my burger, it is much tastier. It's any type of aioli. The garlic aioli, the chipotle, it can be cranberry. I don't care. It doesn't matter. When they put, I don't even really know fully what it is. When they put it on there, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
You can put aioli of almost any flavor on almost anything, and I'll eat it. Aioli, there's just it's a magical word that just means phenomenal, I think, is what it translates to roughly.
It means flavor boom.
Oh, my God.
Is that what you're telling me?
It means unbelievable yum yum.
All right, fair enough. So let's go on to Fletcher's number 2.
Yeah,
my
can
number
only be
2.
up from here. You can't go any worse than fried egg.
I think you'll approve of this one.
Okay.
Every now and then, I like a simple burger. Give me really good meat blend and cheese. That's really all I need. But every now and then, I like a little kick. So give me throw some pickled jalapeno on there, baby.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the kind of, it's almost got like a light sauciness to it. You know what I mean? And got a spicy kick, and a little tang. Jalapeno can elevate, man.
Very few things I won't add a jalapeno to. Just, in general. It always does the job.
Game on.
Fair enough.
My number 2, again, I'm just going straight, chalk here. Red onion. But it's important. It needs to be just a little. Like one, if you're going with a whole slice, take the middle rings out. Just give me a very thin slice, maybe a few tiny diced pieces.
Yeah.
I just enough to get my attention. You know what I mean? If it's too thick, you've ruined the burger. The challenge is in that balancing act. You want that red onion to lightly graze the shoulder, don't tap. You know what I mean? Just like it's like when you think you see a ghost. I saw the shape, right?
Yeah.
I saw it there, and I know it was there, but now I can't quite be sure. That hint of a little tasting of it lasting after the taste. That's the perfection with the red onion. Just enough to go, wait, okay. Yeah. All right, it was there.
That little bite, yes.
Right there, right on the tongue. That works for me.
See, I'm a caramelized onion guy on burgers. It didn't make my top 3, but that's like a staple as well. Onions are just never a bad answer, kind of like aioli.
651-989-ROCK. Give us your top 3. Feel free to weigh in on this. Our number 1s coming up. Rank you very much. Burger toppings. The text line has exploded as if it were dipped in your aioli. Anything of note, Paul?
When you order your burger, don't forget to get cheese curds. That from Terry. I don't know if I can get on board with cheese curds.
Nah, no reason to combine. So you don't. That's like it's like saying
it's
that.
Overkill. It's
overkill. Thank you very much. That's what I was getting at.
It really is. Bacon, blue cheese, mushrooms. Not all together. Just my top 3. That's from Hummus Bob.
All right.
I can respect that.
Yeah. I'm good with all those.
You could do all those together.
You could.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe I have, and it works wonders.
And this one relevant to today. Grand Slam at King's, where we're going.
Do we know what's on the Grand Slam?
I'm assuming, yes. I'm assuming this is all on a burger.
Yeah.
Hot dog, egg, cheese, and bacon from Ron. That is way too much.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean,
a burger's a lot as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need hot dog and egg and bacon. Oh, my God.
King's Place apparently does some magical stuff, so maybe they've cracked the code.
That's like my favorite ever hot dog was the Pink's in LA, the bacon burrito double dog. It's 2 hot dogs wrapped in bacon, soaked in chili, and then put into a tortilla for a burrito.
Oh wow!
Oh my God! You've lived and then you've really lived.
Yeah.
There's a before and after when you first get on those. All right, time for our number 1s, Ryder.
Okay, here we go.
I'm still reeling from the fried green tomatoes. Very excited about that. I like that pick.
Okay, well, you're not going to like the number 1.
Okay.
Because the answer, which you mentioned before as your number 2, is onions. But I don't want a hint of onions. I want to be assaulted by onions.
Really?
And it's any kind. I want the red raw onion. I want the caramelized onion. I want the sauteed onion. You do some crispy fried onions.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go.
You know what? You if you go to Five Guys, you kind of craft your own burger. And I will do. They offer caramelized, fresh, and crispy. And I will do all 3 of those with a piece of cheese over the top. Man, that's pretty solid.
Living. Livin.
So,
living.
So the onion sweats, you're not afraid of them at all. You're fine to just reek like an onion later.
I'm well hydrated, and that tends to combat everything.
Nice.
All the smelly situations.
God, I like that.
Between aioli and onions, I don't think that Ryder and I have ever been this lockstep before on any topic.
Okay,
fair enough.
All right.
I'm with you on those, man.
Okay, so
well done.
So what's your number 1 then? Is it aioli?
No. I mean, it could be very easy. You know what? This kind of could be in a way, I guess. But no, I do like from time to time a bacon jam on the top. Bacon's fine.
Yeah.
But when you take it to a jam and you just kind of add in that kind of syrupiness to it.
I
don't know
what
is bacon
jam?
So they take onions, garlic, vinegar, and you caramelize it in a pan.
Okay.
And it becomes a bit essentially like a jelly. And
see.
And that's warm and it goes on top of the burger.
Add bacon to that.
Yeah.
Is
Bacon
this
to
the same consistency as lutefisk, like the fish jelly?
Wow.
I've never had lutefisk fish jelly.
It is.
It's kind. I mean, it's caramelized. Think of like how bacon, if you chopped it up into little chunks and then caramelized it with other things. Think of like you can imagine what the texture would be like. It's got the crunch of the bacon, but still got like almost like a syrupy nature to it, like caramelized onions have. It's oh my god, it's so good. When you said bacon jam, I just pictured this little festival I played in Illinois once, but it just sounded like something in a small town in the Midwest. This year, the bacon jam. Oh, it's so good.
Steve, real quick, this popped up on the text line. Soy sauce and cheese whiz on a burger from John.
Soy sauce and cheese whiz.
I think that's one of those where you just have to take him at his word and just trust that.
You'd have to you'd have to try it before you.
I will taste test this.
Yeah.
I absolutely will. So
Strangely, I feel like that would go well together, just like off of memory.
Right?
What I would probably do is I would fill my mouth with cheese whiz, throw a couple shakes of soy sauce, and then shove the burger on top. Because if you hand me some cheese whiz, it's going right to the mouth. You can't put that on something. You got to put it right in your mouth. Okay, here's my number one. If you want to cover your ears, go for it, Ryder. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Fried egg. 1 egg. Yeah.
Listen, and it better be runny. I mean, you can call it fried, sunny side up, over easy, whatever you specifically want to call it. You put an egg on my burger, and I feel like I'm an aristocrat or something. It gives me a continental flair. The first time I ever saw this offered on a menu as a topping on a burger was the first time I went to Los Angeles in 1990. And I stared at it, and I was like, I'd never seen that. I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And I was like 24 years old, and I stared at that, and I think I felt the way Lindbergh must have felt as he saw the French shore approaching the Spirit of St. Louis. I have crossed a line from which I will never return. Maybe even Neil Armstrong taking that final step down. I was like, oh my God, a fried egg on a burger? Yes, Lord, yes.
Yeah, I was so shook. I was beyond shook.
I was, man.
It's funny that you said aristocrat at Red Robin, that chain.
Yeah.
I mean, for a chain, they make some pretty good burgers.
Yeah.
They call the one with an egg on it the Royal Robin. So there you go. Yeah. And I would have had mine up closer to number one, too. I just don't eat it. So being number one, though, do you get this more often than not?
No, that's not the point. No, you got to save it for a special occasion.
Yeah.
Final little note on that first time in L.A., first time having a fried egg on a burger, I was sitting in a restaurant 15 feet away from Soupy Sales. So maybe that's got a part of it, too. My second celebrity sighting ever in L.A. was Soupy Sales, and I was like, there's Soupy Sales, and there's an egg on my burger. I don't know why I would ever leave this place.
Yeah, that's one out of left field.
92 KQRS.
I drop my phone 3 times a week, maybe 4. I drop my phone all the time. I don't know why it is. Ask my kids or my wife. I am forever dropping my phone. I'm just going to the pocket quickly, and it just doesn't make it somehow. I don't know what it is.
Do you have the good screen protector and the OtterBox and everything to keep that thing in isolation?
Oh yeah, I got whatever. I mean, I learned that lesson the hard way. It's like no, I got to protect it. But and it maybe I remember I used to have. The first time I got an iPhone, there was a company called Griffin that made stuff for cell phones.
Yeah,
sure.
They were based in Nashville where I lived, and they used to sponsor my show. So I had all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot about those guys. That was a cool place.
Humble brag.
I had a phone case that was designed. It was like, you can drop this in fire. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay. And so I used to just throw my phone as a party gag, you know. Yeah. But this isn't that now. I just have a normal case now. It's just one of those things. I am butterfingered with my phone. And I mean, yesterday I walked out right here, walked into the main lobby, and all of a sudden I'm like,
on the floor.
And it's sliding across the floor. It's one of those things. But I've never dropped it in a toilet. I haven't had one of those moments where it's like, oh my God. I drop it so often that I guess it's eventually going to happen. Have you ever dropped a phone somewhere where you were just like, oh no, ever?
I haven't dropped it, but I've taken it. I've told this before. I've taken it into a pool with me. It was in the pocket of my swim trunks.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was not ideal. And you know what? We've talked about this as well. The rice bag trick worked.
It did work for you.
It did work, yeah.
Okay.
That one.
Ryder?
Yeah, it was at a Wild game, and I was hanging out in the KQ suite, and I went to the bathroom, and it was in my back pocket. And usually, if I'm in a public restroom, I take it out and put it somewhere else because I know it's gonna. And so did what I had to do, was pulling up my pants. Boom, out comes the phone. It was the one time I was super thankful that the automatic flusher had gone off early. The one and only one time.
Yeah.
So I did have to grab it out of the toilet because he can't leave it.
Yeah, right.
But at least it was clean water.
That's very good. Yeah, that helps.
I'm having anxiety just talking about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
Absolutely.
it's an anxiety plague situation. 651-989-ROCK. I want to know if anybody's ever dropped a phone somewhere where they just had to leave it be, as they say. The average American, they say, drops their phone 10 times a year. I would love to be 10 times a year.
10 times a year?
It's 10 times
low.
a month,
Yeah, I was just going to say, and I don't think I don't think you're like some weird anomaly. I think 10 times a month is, like, I just got a different case. I had the same kind of cases for years.
Yeah.
And in an effort to save money, of course, I got this one, and it's got, like, rounded edges. Mm-hmm. And so I constantly, like, lose it because it doesn't have the clunky edge.
So you jumped into a pool, forgot it was in your pocket.
Yeah.
But what if you were fully clothed and you're at a pool and your phone ends up in the pool? Do you jump in with clothes to save it?
1,000%.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I'm sitting here thinking, what length would you guys not get your phone back?
See, I would immediately assume it's a goner. I guess I would be wrong based on your experience. If my phone falls into a pool, I'm just walking away. I'm like, it's fried. It'll never work again. I'll just get a new one. But I guess that's stupid of me to assume.
I just hate getting a new phone.
That's exactly
I do
what I was
too.
going to
Like,
say.
it's such a pain in the ass. You've got to re-sign into every app. You've got to transfer
I get it.
all of that crap. I will use my phone until it is no longer usable.
What about a sorry?
That's okay. Go ahead.
What about a dumpster? Would you jump into a dumpster? Would you dumpster dive to save your own phone?
Jumped into a dumpster for way less, man. Like a loaf of bread. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Delicious.
651-989-ROCK. I want to hear the worst place you dropped your phone, and did you go get it?
Jeannie called in. She was driving and didn't want to hang on the line. She said her girlfriend dropped the phone in the porta potty at the campsite.
Yuck.
Oh, that's a goner.
They left it.
That is a goner.
But spent the whole weekend just calling the phone to freak people out. Genius.
that is great.
That is great.
That's really good.
Did you say that was Gina?
I believe so. Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie. Okay, because I was going to say we have a text from Gina.
What did Gina
maybe
say?
she doubled down.
No.
Gina says that she worked at the airport. I was waiting for the little tram where there are the doors, and I dropped it between the door and the tram onto the track.
Oh.
When I was getting on, there was no way to get it.
Yeah.
That right there is the definition of a horror story.
Yeah.
Because just all you
It's
can do
a
is
goner.
go, all right, see you later, phone, bye.
I totally spaced on this, but I was in New York City and I watched a guy drop his phone right off the it bounced on it at his feet, platform right onto the track, and he stood and he was staring at it, and me and about 6 other people went, no, dude, you could see him doing the match. Should I jump down there? And I'm like, hey, yeah, you ever heard of that thing called a third rail? You're going to get about 8 billion volts. Everybody's like, dude, it's not worth it. He's like. And he kind of looked up and he's like, it's right there. We're like, no way, man. Do not jump down there. But he was thinking about it.
That's the worst.
And I really, it was more just you don't want to get down there with the rat. I'm sure there's a rat down there who's about to come by with a pizza.
Oh, man. I might jump down for that pizza, too.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what? I dropped the
New York
phone.
Slice?
Dude.
I had a phone go just in my car, like between the seat and the little center console.
Yep.
And that was like, you know, I can see it. My hand's just a little too thick or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that was, I was like, Marley, come out here. She's like, what? I go, let's go. I need the smallest hands I can find.
Yeah.
She had to retrieve that bad boy. Yeah, that was rough.
Good work, Marley.
All right, this one from Wisconsin. Don't have a name. My kid dropped his in a fire pit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now, it wasn't the text that explains it wasn't a raging fire. It was more smoldering ash, but still incredibly hot. They said we got it 3 hours later, and believe it or not, it still worked thanks to the protective case.
Oh,
Don't you have
hell
like some sort of a grabber that you can grab the phone out of the...
Man.
You got the
fire?
poker, but I mean, it doesn't grab anything. So
See, like,
you're
I would try and
flinging
find-
hot ash out.
I'd find 2 pokers and turn it into a tongs or something like that. I'd do something to get it out of there.
If I dropped my phone in a fire pit, I would think that the universe was finally telling me, it's okay,
Yes.
Steve, let it go.
Yes.
And don't replace it. That's how I would interpret that.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Foo Fighters are out on tour, sort of, kind of right now. They're showing up. Okay. They're popping up in clubs in different parts of the world. They just played a gig in New Haven, Connecticut, Tuesday night called Toad's Place.
Do you know Toad's Place?
Very well.
Okay.
It is for New Haven, Connecticut and the surrounding area, it's the CBGB, or it's the First Ave.
Okay.
It's of New Haven and that part of Connecticut. Anybody has played at Toad's Place. In fact, Dave Grohl on stage said, I can't believe I've never played here before.
Oh, really?
It's just one of those rite of passage clubs everybody has played. The second time I played Toad's Place, I was opening for a band called Macaulay Schenker Group. They were one of the Schenker brothers and a guy named Robin Macaulay. They were English and German pop metal 1990. If you don't remember them, that's because they probably aren't that memorable. But the drummer's name was Bodo Schopf.
Oh,
and he was the
Wait.
German drummer.
Yeah.
And he came up to me at Toad's Place. He said, Steve, I see you playing, and I can tell you play with passion, but you clearly have no formal training. And I said, that's true. And he goes, why don't you bring some sticks down to soundcheck? I'll show you some little tips can open many doors in your playing. And I said, Bodo, that'd be awesome. Thanks. And I never spoke to him again.
No, really?
Like, get away from me, dude.
What?
I don't want to open many doors in my playing. Stop telling me.
Bodo was opening the door.
He was trying to, and Steve was closing it in his little face.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
Why don't we help you with some life hacks?
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on, man. Don't knock them till you try them. And by the way, we're soliciting as well. We would be happy to receive yours. 651-989-ROCK. What are some simple things that make life better? We got a few that we've pulled together already. I'm just going to go ahead and say this, something I've done my whole life, which is put potato chips into sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I started doing that maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
It's pretty great. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of sandwich. I'll do
Nope.
it in a ham and cheese. I'll do it in a PB&J.
And it kind of doesn't even matter what chip.
A grilled cheese? Oh, forget it. Oh, no, that's true. A lot of chips apply.
Yeah.
But just a good standard potato chip. Just no flavor on it. Just like like the Lay's yellow bag, the old standard, or Utz or whatever brand. But no crinkles, no salt and pepper, just a straight up chip in a sandwich. So much better than a pile of chips on your plate for my money.
I like the jalapeno ones. I'll throw a jalapeno chip in a sandwich.
Will you really?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
What kind of chips are you doing in the grilled cheese?
Same.
Potato
Just
chip?
Exactly.
Potato
Just a
chips?
straight potato chip.
Okay.
But I will roll. I'll put the jalapeno chips. I'll put those in my chili. I will dip. I will take the big ones and dip. Because, there's already a lot of pepper in there, so might as well get a hot chip, too.
Yeah.
Just to really regret it 6 hours later.
The 9-year-old's a big fan of Doritos going into the sandwich. That's her main go-to. There's a new, jalapeno dill chip out there that I've been experimenting a bit with as well.
Another good one. Well, we all know leftovers taste better than the actual meal the night before.
They've had time to marinate.
I had yesterday this exact experience, which is when you're making something and you just wait a little while. Not so much leftovers, but long story short, I'm here. Rosemary texted me. She goes, "Hey, when you coming home?" She had a bunch of stuff to do in the day. And I said, I'm going to take off in 20 minutes. And she goes, can I make you anything? I'm making some breakfast. And I said, oh, yeah, just whatever, just something.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
just ditto.
And she, as it turned out, made me an egg burrito, like a breakfast burrito. A little ham in there, egg, cheese.
Yeah.
And then she was like, okay. And then, of course, I said I was leaving in 20 minutes. And an hour later, she goes, where are you? I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Something came up and I was recording a bunch of stuff.
Sure.
And she's like, well, it's just here. It's wrapped in foil. And I was like, oh, sweet. And I got home, and the thing had been sitting there for 90 minutes by the time I got home, and it was the best breakfast she's ever made in her life because it all just got gooey together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes time.
The old homemade takeout action is fantastic. Just whatever you're making, cover it, let it sit for an hour. Oh, fantastic.
Anything with a red sauce, chili, lasagna, all that stuff, the next day.
Yeah.
It's just another level.
You ever freeze your grapes? It's another good one. Take whatever grapes you like, the white or the red or whatever. Freeze those bad boys on a hot summer day. Oh, you could do a lot worse.
All right.
Are you just sucking on them?
Yeah,
or?
first.
Okay.
They warm up pretty quick, and then you just have a super cold grape in your mouth. It's gorgeous.
I can see that.
I don't know, man. This sounds unappealing. It is hot enough that I might be able to try this still.
But you can also then use them as like sort of an ice cube. You can drop them into a drink, and then at the end of the drink, whatever it is, then you've got that drink-flavored grape going to crunch. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What drink are you dropping your grapes in?
Any drink.
Okay.
Anything.
It's like it's better than an ice cube. It looks cool, and then people go, "Oh my God, what's in your drink?" And then you feel cool.
I've just, because my go-to outdoor beverage is, of course, a frosty beer, and this sounds repulsive to me.
Yeah, that's not going to probably work.
Yeah, not necessarily that, I guess.
To see what I have for weed drinks.
I've heard of people throwing Cheez-Its in soup. That seems like that's right up your alley.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, then again, you'll put Cheez-Its in damn near anything.
I'll put Cheez-Its in anything.
Oh, man. It's goldfish crackers for the win, though. Goldfish crackers and soup.
Yeah, yeah. There's not anything. Anything works with soup. Soup is my, life's blood, basically.
That's your love
I'm
language.
always looking for soup.
Your love language.
And I'll put anything in soup. I'll pour soup into a big leaf of lettuce and eat it like a lettuce wrap. I don't care.
That's
if
messy.
it's soup, I'll
That's
try
gotta
it.
be
Yeah,
messy.
sure. It's fun that way. 651-989-ROCK. What's a life hack? What's something we need to know? Let us know. 651-989-ROCK. Call in and or text. We've already discussed a few. I definitely endorse putting grapes in the freezer and just seeing what happens in your life. It's going to make it better. Speaking of cold things, too, learn this one on the road. When you're playing incredibly hot gigs and a promoter rep it actually is a thinking person and wants to impress you, what they'll do is you walk off stage and they'll hand you a towel that's been sitting in an ice bucket for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, the frozen, cold, wet, icy towel around your whole body will cool down.
Hell yeah.
In 9 seconds if you wrap that bad boy around your neck. Oh, nothing better.
I've done that before mowing the lawn. I'll come in because I just get really hot really easily, so I will do that.
Oh, definitely do that one at the fair. Stick like a bandana in an ice cooler and then just put it on your head. Yeah,
good simple things, little things in life. Mosquito bites. You said you had one.
Oh, so I'm a mosquito strip. They just seek me out. And toothpaste on the mosquito bite. I read that.
Oh, I've heard this. Yeah.
I've read that. And
I've never heard that.
And it works. It's like you just put a dab on it like you as a kid. That sometimes they use those on pimples.
Yep.
Same thing for mosquito bites. It sometimes will get rid of the bite, but most of the time it at least takes care of the itch.
Now, are we talking about like Crest or Aim,
whatever,
or a gel or a paste,
whatever,
anything
you got
that's
around,
sold to clean your mouth?
Yep. Okay. Whatever. Yeah.
I thought it had to be a paste. Like, not the gel was not going to work, but like it had to be, opaque, that kind of minty color. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We only have paste, so I haven't ever tried the gel, but that makes sense. I've also tried shaving them. Have you ever heard that one? Shave over a mosquito bite?
Oh, no. Ow.
No, just a shave. Like, no, it doesn't hurt. No,
but
not at all.
It feels like it would.
Apple cider on mosquito bites? Seriously, really? I've been bitten so many times. I've tried a little bit of everything.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I've just never heard it. I'm surprised I've never heard these.
Well, see if you guys have heard of this one. If you've got long enough fingernails, create an X over, like, indent, press an X over the mosquito bites with your fingernail.
I had a friend who would do that in like junior high. She said it disperses the poison or whatever.
Yeah, that's supposedly. I've tried. So that's one you do when you don't have the other stuff around. That's a go-to.
Okay, next you're going to tell me, take a Zippo lighter and just burn the mosquito bite right off your arm.
No, that would hurt.
Bee stings, when we were kids, it would be baking soda paste. Did you ever see that?
Yeah. They suggest that for mosquitoes as well.
Really?
I just haven't used that one yet. Yeah.
My brother stepped on a bee's a nest was on the ground of some sort. Stepped on it in bare feet, walking home from the pool, and a whole billion bees jumped out from under him.
Oh,
and
man,
he froze. Sucked. He didn't move. His two friends took off running, and the bees chased them.
Oh.
And so my brother got one sting on his foot, and his two buddies had literally dozens of stings. And they came to the house, and my mom just covered them with baking soda paste.
Interesting.
And they were in a lot of pain and crying, but then she was just dabbing all over their bodies with that stuff. And I was like, huh. And then the first time I ever got stung by a bee, straight to the baking soda, whipped it up. I don't even remember if it helped, but I felt cool because I'd finally been stung by a bee.
That felt cool, huh?
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
Right.
651-989-ROCK is the number. If you want to call and or text, let us know. Paul from Buffalo is on the horn. Paul, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Paul, what do you got for us?
When I was much younger, in my 20s, I had a bee fly up under the edge of my glasses, sting me on the cheek, and someone had told me to put a copper penny on it. I put one on it right away. 5 minutes later, I didn't feel my bee sting at all.
Wow.
Really?
It really worked. I was shocked.
And to think they're getting rid of the penny. Those bastards in Washington. What are we going to do with our
There
bee
you
stings?
go. I agree.
Never heard that one, Paul. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I see. This is what I love about this. These are things that other people are like, yeah, duh, and I'm hearing them for the first time.
Same.
What's the spoon thing with a mosquito biter? You heat up a spoon. I guess it's the same principle. I just saw this the other day. Somebody said you just get a hot spoon and put it on the bite, and it just takes away all the itch or something.
Wow.
And I guess you burn yourself? Is that the same one as the Zippo lighter?
No, I don't think you have to turn it like on a flame, but just put it under hot water and look, mosquito spoon trick. Heat a metal spoon in a hot water or over a stove. Press the back of the hot spoon against the mosquito bite for 10 to 20 seconds.
Wow.
The heat denatures the proteins injected by the mosquito. It reduces inflammation and itching in both your faces, you cynics, thinking I'm making stuff up.
All right. I'll see if I can get a mosquito bite this weekend and give it a whirl.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Henry Winkler is calling momentarily to discuss yet another book. My man has been writing books on an absolute frenzy the last 20 years or so. A lot of kids' books. I've interviewed Henry on this show and on my old sports show a few different times over the years, and I met him one time in Los Angeles in 2003. My buddies in the band Stereophonics were mixing an album in Los Angeles. And Henry's stepson, Jed, is a buddy of mine. And Jed said, hey, can I pop by the studio? I'd love to meet those guys. I love that band. I said, yeah, we're over here. They're mixing a record. I'm hanging out. Totally cool for you to stop by.
So you're just hanging out? You're not, this isn't a record you're on?
No, gotcha. No. They're just my buddies, and they're in town, and I'm living there. And so I'm just in the studio a couple times a week listening to the record and hanging out.
Yeah.
Because mixing is boring, and you want your friends to stop by. Anyway, Jed shows up. Again, this is Henry's stepson. He pops his head in. He's like, hey, is this cool? I said, sure. And he opens the door, and who's with him but Henry? And it was just one of those.
Oh, my God.
Like, I didn't know that was going to happen. The guys in the band didn't know that was going to happen. It was an immediate. I mean, it was just truly mind-boggling. And now let's all have a collective gasp because Henry Winkler is joining us on Gorman in the Morning. Good morning, Henry.
And good morning to you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's always a pleasure, sir. Let's just get right into it. Another book, Detective Duck: The Mystery at Emerald Pond. You have written a tremendous amount of kids' books. When you were a kid, that probably would have sounded like the most impossible thing to imagine that you yourself would be writing books one day.
But you know what? That is absolutely the truth. Until it happened, I thought there was no way that I could be a writer. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't get hired as an actor, and a friend of mine said, meet Lynn Oliver. She knows everything about children's literature. We had a terrible lunch, but a great meeting. And now we are at 40 books. Detective Duck is the Mystery at Emerald Pond is our 40th book.
That is incredible. 40.
That's unreal.
That's amazing. Yeah. And growing up when you did, not to mention
I couldn't read.
Nobody else knew what dyslexia was. That wasn't a word you probably ever heard as a kid.
That's right. I was just called stupid, lazy, not living up to my potential. And I kept thinking, I don't think I'm stupid, but all these adults are saying I am. And then I found out when our oldest child was tested that I wasn't stupid. I literally had something with a name. And, there is more than one way to do something. Mm-hmm. And I figured out a way with Lynn Oliver to be in the room since 2003 and write all of these different kinds of adventures. And now we have this little duckling who is determined, who dreams about being a detective.
Sure.
And she is an environmentalist.
Oh, fair enough.
Nice.
Henry Winkler's with us on Gorman in the Morning. So If you don't mind, so you didn't realize you were dyslexic until one of your children was diagnosed. Is that what you said?
At 31,
wow.
Our oldest son, Jed, was tested because he was having trouble, and he was so verbal, but he didn't seem to put things together. And he was tested, and we found out that he had dyslexia. And when they said that about Jed, I went, oh, my God, that sounds like me. And I found out at 31 that I had something with a name.
Okay, so that's an amazing thing. And then you've obviously worked with Lynn, and you've now written 40 books. But again, I got to go back. How did you ever learn lines when it was so difficult to read?
Do you know when you need to do something, when you really want to do something, there you can figure out your way. And I read over and over again. I read it slowly. I underlined it in yellow. And as I did that, it started to go in because I could memorize faster than I could read. So that helped me a lot when I was doing lines, when I was doing Happy Days, around the table reading with all the other actors, and I had to give them the right cue. I had to make sense of what I was saying. So I had a big responsibility.
Wow. Henry Winkler's with us. So this is amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's an amazing accomplishment to do anything, much less than get hired. And then before you know it, you're dealing with literally being a global icon. I mean, you're the kid who couldn't read. You're the kid who was told you were stupid. And then you go from 0 to 1,000 almost overnight. That had to have been a bit of a mind warp time for you.
Do you know what helped me is when I realized that, oh, I can't walk on water. Oh, I didn't get any taller. Oh, geometry is still a mystery to me.
Right. Yeah.
And I realized no matter what wonderfulness was happening in my life, I myself was not changing, except that I was getting I was growing and getting more mature. But I had wonderful people, Ron Howard and Don Most and Anson Williams and Gary Marshall, and everybody was a friend. We played ball together. I learned how to play softball, which I could never do. And so then that's what I learned. You don't know how much is in you, how many different things you can accomplish until you just put one foot in front of the other.
That's great. 40 books later, and then, we know your roles, obviously, Fonz, Barry Zuckerkorn, Gene Cousineau, just in the last 20 years, but so many other things. But you also, as a producer, you produced MacGyver, for crying out loud.
That was the first show I ever produced, and it ran for 13 years.
Yeah, just a couple of home runs along the way. Why not?
Yeah.
But you mentioned something earlier. You already said you started these books. You couldn't get hired as an actor. Talk about such an unexpected, bittersweet thing. You're so iconic in certain roles that people then don't want to touch you for a while. Was that what you were getting at?
That is exactly what happened.
That's
and
crazy.
I got panicked, and I thought, oh, my goodness, I've got a family. How am I going to support them? I went to a friend, and he said, write books about your dyslexia for little kids. And I said, I can't do that because I am dyslexic. And then he said, I'm going to introduce you to Lynn Oliver, and together we figured out a way to write 40 books together.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Henry, I do have to say, we greatly appreciate your time. I know you're a very busy man. But Night Shift and The One and Only, just absolutely banger movies that I can never, ever turn off if they're on.
But Night Shift was Ron Howard's first movie. He came to me and he said, please, you're my friend. Warner Brothers will fund the movie for $6 million. And they said, you have to be in it. And I said, okay.
Okay.
He said, you can play either role. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And I took the part of Richie.
Yeah.
I had played the Fonz for 10 years, so I played the Milquetoast.
Incredible.
And he was magnificent and went on to become a billion-dollar director.
Yes, he did. Are you happy? Like the French when Lindbergh landed. I've used that line ever since I first saw that movie. I absolutely love it. And The One and Only is another absolute family favorite of ours.
know, another movie I made I really love, and I'm not bragging, but I think it's so funny, is Here Comes the Boom.
I don't know that one. I'm going to watch it.
Oh, my God.
All right.
It stars Kevin James, who wants to be an MMA fighter.
Okay.
And I'm his coach.
Yeah. Oh, all right. That's my homework for the day. Henry, it is always such a pleasure to talk to you. Best of luck. Detective Duck, the mystery at Emerald Pond. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I thank you for having me on.
Always a pleasure.
Good luck to you. Continued success.
Man.
Unbelievable.
Just the nicest guy on the planet. Always.
We need to bring up Coach Klein from the Water Boy. Come on now.
Hey, man.
Coach Klein.
Where do you start? I mean, you just
where do you end?
Yeah, you just throw darts and everything you hit, you're like, wow. Yeah, I heard it. I read a piece on him years ago, and he talked about, like, I guess I should try to produce. No one wants to hire me. And the first thing he signs on is MacGyver.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. Good job there.
This is easy.
By the way, the last Creed movie, he produced it.
He did, really?
Oh, his production company has done some huge movies in the last few years.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, he's still just out there knocking it all down. That is awesome. Always a thrill to talk with Henry Winkler.
It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
Yesterday, big news in the music world. Sadly, Ace Frehley, the founding guitarist of Kiss, passed away at the age of 74, leaving his family devastated. It was reported Thursday that he was on life support after suffering a brain bleed from a fall at home. In a statement, his family said they were completely devastated and heartbroken, but were able to surround him with loving, caring, peaceful words, thoughts, prayers, and intentions as he left this earth.
A million thoughts, which we can go into throughout the day. No matter what you think of Kiss, and I think they're silly. When I was 10, they were the coolest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
And Ace was the coolest of the cool.
Oh, yeah.
And no shortage of guitarists from, let's just call it my generation, kids of the 70s who picked up instruments in the 80s. Ace is one of those lighthouse guitarists.
Yeah.
I mean, you always hear about Hendrix and Page and Van Halen, and there's a lot of those guys. He's not ever included in those lists. But to guitarists, guys in bands, dudes my age, so many people I know and that you've heard of were like, oh, it was when I first saw Kiss, when I first saw Ace, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And for that alone, I mean, it's a pretty momentous loss.
For sure.
And then, of course, you then get older and you listen back and you pay attention and you realize there were 3 dudes in that band and there was 1 musician, and that was Ace Frehley. He played circles around the rest of the guys. No knock on them. Kiss did what they did. But he was that one guy that was like, oh, he's got a tone, he's got a vibe, he's got a feel. That was all very, very real. So rest easy, Ace. Nice job when given the opportunity.
And my social media feed was just full of people posting themselves in pictures with the Ace Frehley makeup on, whether they were like 7 years old or like 45 years old. It was still a thing.
Absolutely
100%.
true. Yep.
Transcended just music, for sure.
For sure. This time of year, late October 1987, I'm in a bar in Atlanta, Georgia called Atkins Park, and I'm sitting in a booth with my 2 friends, Lenny and Mac. And Mac comes back and sits down and goes, Ace Frehley's in the men's room. Oh. And I go, you saw Ace Frehley? And he said, no, but I heard his voice. And I said, how do you know Ace Frehley's voice? Because I'd never heard it.
Yeah.
But once you hear it, you know it. If you know, because it was kind of high-pitched, and it was the most New York accent you ever heard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
And then he came walking by and sat down, and sure enough, there was Ace Frehley. And he had played a gig in town that night, which we were blissfully unaware of because we didn't have something called the internet back then. And then we all went over and got autographs from Ace Frehley.
Oh, very
And he
cool.
couldn't have been cooler. He was like, hey, no problem. Always happy to take an autograph for my fans. He was like the nicest guy in the world. And we were
awesome.
like, man, that's Ace. Put that makeup back on, dude. You look weird. Because it was just it's always unsettling to see those guys without makeup.
100%. That's the iconic nature, for sure.
I'll share a couple of posts on Twitter. Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine. Harvard dude, smart guy. My first guitar hero, Ace Frehley, has passed away. The legendary Space Ace inspired generations to love rock and roll guitar playing. His timeless riffs and solos, billowing smoke coming from his Les Paul, the rocket shooting from the headstock. It goes on and on and on. He says, thank you, Ace, for a lifetime of great music and memories. And then this on Twitter yesterday from Mike McCready of Pearl Jam.
Oh, Okay.
Huge fan.
I heard about Ace Frehley's passing from Rick Freel, who I played in with a band called Shadow. Rick was the first guy on the bus in 1977 who had a Kiss lunchbox and told me about Ace.
Very cool.
Let me tell you something. The Kiss lunchbox was the ultimate, you got to be kidding me. I can't believe I don't have one of those back in the day. When Kiss Alive 2 came out, and I think 77, I would just stare at the gatefold, that photo. It's a double album, the gatefold of them on their elevators at the start of the show with the flames. And I've talked to so many people over the years, and I'd say, man, I got Kiss Alive 2. And they go, man, I would just stare at that picture and listen. And I'm like, yeah, that's all there was to do.
Right.
And that's all we needed. Mike McCready went on, all my friends have spent untold hours talking about Kiss and buying Kiss stuff. Ace was a hero of mine. Just listen to Alive. I used his solo from the song She as a template. Ooh. Ace jammed on Black Diamond with Pearl Jam at Madison Square Garden. It was a dream come true for me. A lot of people would not think of Pearl Jam and Kiss in the same sentence, which just goes to show genres are for losers. Music is music, and everybody who's inspired by Ace Frehley is sharing that today. Well done, Ace. I mean, seriously, didn't have nearly enough time in the sun. Too bad he didn't stay with Kiss the whole time. But, man, when he was in that band, he was planting seeds.
Yeah, and Genres Are for Losers is going on a T-shirt at the fair this year.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a nice
I like that.
one. I like it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Could have seen Kiss back in the day, the original lineup in Evansville, Indiana.
Man.
I had my buddy offered me the ticket. My parents said no, it's a school night.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I had 3 concerts in the day that I had tickets for, and all for different reasons. I didn't see Queen, I didn't see Kiss, and then I also missed The Who, but that's okay because that was the Cincinnati Stampede show. I missed that one.
Yep.
Oh, wow,
But the Kiss one was particularly galling because I had just really come into, okay, I got to see Kiss. This would be cool. And it's a famous show that I missed because during the show, one of the lighting guys, a spotlight operator above the stage on the truss, didn't lock his rope in. He fell off.
Oh, that's right.
And he landed right at Paul Stanley's feet. He was not killed, but he was injured really badly.
Yeah.
And Paul Stanley, on the microphone, very famously said, "Whoa, we got a problem here, everybody. Hold on." And then he said, as the professional Paul Stanley was, to segue into the next song, he said, "Looks like somebody had too much cold gin," and they went into cold gin. Which,
wow,
gosh, to have missed that.
Oh, man.
Wow. There's no way to explain just how cool Kiss was in real time. Now, my son decided that Kiss was the greatest thing in the world when he was 8 or 9 or 10 years old, too. And I took him to see Kiss. I'd never seen them. The first time I saw Kiss, I was there with my kid. And we were probably the only father and son in the whole arena not dressed like members of Kiss.
Wow.
You didn't put on the makeup?
Didn't do the makeup. And I looked around and I saw so many generations of Kiss fans all in costume and makeup together. And it truly hit me probably for the first time, 2008 or 9, and I went, oh, I've missed this whole thing. I didn't understand just how significant this was, and that it is dads and their kids, boys and girls, all dressed like Gene together. I was like, man, pretty cool.
At any point during the show, did you go, I wish we would have worn the stuff? I wish we'd have gone all out.
No, not a chance.
Didn't need that part.
No way in hell that was going to happen. But it was a good show.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
We're going to play you some news drops.
Okay.
And then we're going to, I put these together. I'll ask you guys to give me your thoughts on what state these stories emanated from. The answers for each will either be Wisconsin or Texas or Florida.
Copy that.
Sometimes you get one from all 3. Sometimes you get 3 from 1. You don't have to have all 3 states represented.
Copy.
But your answer is no more than Wisconsin or Texas or Florida. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Now, with that in mind, after we hear these, then we'll open it up to some listeners because, of course, there are tickets to give away. But let's kick this one off. And I'm just going to say, sometimes. It's really important not to overthink these things. Sometimes you got to overthink these things.
Yeah.
You never know where the double cross is coming in. So let's just start
That's the secret sauce of this game.
Let's start with an interesting fella who decided that the people working at a Wendy's drive-thru window needed some assistance that night.
24-year-old man, this man right here, accused of throwing an alligator through a drive-thru window. Our Jared Worksma spoke exclusively to his family tonight. And Jared, what are they telling you?
Well, Josh James' parents are telling us that he is an outdoorsman and that Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, was his idol. But above all, they say he is a prankster who meant no harm. Yep. Sure. Fish and Wildlife says that James grabbed a roughly 3.5-foot alligator on the side of the road, picked it up, got it in his truck, brought it to this Wendy's behind us, and just hurled it through that drive-through window.
Just a stupid prank that he did that's now turning into this.
And you definitely believe this was a prank?
Oh, 100%, because he's a prankster. He does stuff like this because he thinks it's funny.
Ed and Linda James say their son Josh is harmless, but he's sitting in jail facing serious charges.
The charge against him is assault with a deadly weapon, intent to do less than murder.
Yeah.
I don't even get that. I don't know how I don't get it.
All right, back out live now at this Wendy's. Once again, for those of you who are wondering about that alligator, Fish and Wildlife says that it was safely released back into the wild. As soon as we have more information, we will be sure to pass it along. But for now, we're live in. I'm Jared Werksma, WPTV News Channel 5.
Man, if I did something this stupid, my dad is not going onto the news to defend me.
Not a chance.
She's a prankster. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Oh,
my whole school career would have been so much better if somebody would have just said, hey, he's just a prankster.
Man.
Holy smoke. I'm actually in tears. That is one of the greatest stories I've ever heard.
I can't even begin to imagine what Don and Imelda Gorman would have said if news had come knocking on their door. I have a sense that I would have been cooling my heels in jail for a while because when one of my older brothers was arrested when I was a kid and was taken out of the house, my dad said, all right, see you tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I'm not going to bail you out tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. That was a lesson that only had to be taught once.
That's the way it goes, man. Put yourself in that spot, right. You sit in the clink overnight.
All right, so there's your first story. Now let's move on. Let's move on to, bagpipes. You love them or you hate them.
Okay.
Some people, it's a blessing and a curse when you know someone who plays the bagpipes. Check this bizarre one out.
Okay.
Also new tonight, a bagpipe blow up after a man says a woman got mad at him for playing his music.
Now she's accused of assaulting the man's wife. ABC 13's Luke Jones is live with the story you'll see only on 13.
Quite the dust up here along this bike trail Memorial Day. A man playing his bagpipes when he says a 76-year-old woman angrily confronts him. It's a cherished instrument in Scott Gibbs' native Scotland.
Just love the sound of the pipes.
Except perhaps this one. Monday, the 76-year-old Eunice Isger had a bone to pick with Gibbs' bagpipe playing.
She said I had no right to play here. She was very aggressive, yelling and screaming.
Video shot by Gibbs' wife shows the woman standing inches from Gibb, phone out, and trained on him as he continues to play.
Literally stuck it right in my face, blinding my eyes.
But when she notices Gibbs' wife is also recording, he says Isger tries to stop it.
She basically swiped at my wife's face.
Charging documents say Isger struck the victim's arm, and at one point, according to the constable's office, tripped and fell while reaching for the victim's backpack. Gibbs says she actually confronted him about his bagpipe playing weeks prior to this confrontation. That one, he says, purely verbal, no physical altercation there. And he says he never called police. Live, Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, if it's not one particular AC/DC song, I don't want to hear the bagpipes at all. So maybe me and Eunice, I think her name was, might be on the same page here.
Yeah, Eunice is one hell of a
solo
name.
piper on a bike trail. I mean, it's astonishing how far the bagpipes will carry. Those things are loud, man.
I just love where we've gotten as a society, though. It's just phones in each other's faces, just as non-confrontational, passive-aggressive as we can possibly get.
And who moves from Scotland to Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida? How are those your go-to spots?
That was a legit accent there too. So God, that's a tough one.
So we got one more here. You've probably seen stuff in the news lately. A lot of Teslas coming under attack. A lot of people aren't fans of Elon Musk, and so they take it out on private citizens' own cars.
Right.
I don't understand the logic of that one myself. But this particular owner had a little damage done to his Tesla, and he took an unusual response.
In a case of that Tesla that was keyed at a airport parking garage. The owner has now filed a lawsuit against the man he believes is responsible, and he's asking for $1 million in damages.
By now, you've surely seen the video. Our Robbie Owens today sitting down with his based attorney to ask what's really running up the tab.
Tesla vehicles are indeed pricey, but they're not selling for $1 million. So yes, the owner of that keyed Model X wants his vehicle repaired, but he admits to also wanting to send a message with that lawsuit.
He happens to believe that Tesla, his Model X, is one of the best cars he's ever owned, and he enjoys driving it.
On March 16th, the Tesla owner returned to airport to find that his Model X had been keyed. A deep scratch now ran down the entire side panel, but someone is always watching, and in this case, it was the car. Tesla's onboard security cameras captured a man with a key fob in his hand, appearing to vandalize the vehicle. The Tesla owner shared the video on social media, hoping to identify the man. Over the weekend, airport police arrested Rafael Hernandez and charged him with criminal mischief in the case. And Robbie Owens, CBS News.
Man, that's some passive-aggressive stuff.
I'm going to sue you for $1 million.
Attacking a Tesla is just not smart. Sentry mode, man. They have 9 cameras on a Tesla.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
Yeah, well,
to hear that it was the Tesla itself that caught this dude.
Well, the cameras are motion activated too, so you mess with a Tesla, you're taking a risk.
I just like that the guy's like, this is the greatest car I've ever owned, and you need to give me $1 million now.
Well, and he enjoys driving it. Did you hear that? He enjoys driving it.
He certainly does. So those 3 stories all happened in one of 3 places: Wisconsin, Texas, or Florida. WTF. And apparently Wendy from Eden Prairie has joined us on the horn because she's got all the answers to all the questions. Wendy, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're going to recap, Wendy, the stories here. The first one, the prankster dude decided to help some Wendy's employees out by throwing a live alligator through their drive-through window. Ryder, do you have a thought on where that took place?
When you hear, host steps, think horses, not zebras, so I'm going to go with Florida.
Okay, going with Florida. Fletcher?
When I hear an assault with a deadly weapon being in the form of an alligator, I think Florida.
So you guys know there's alligators all over Texas. However...
Oh, damn.
Wendy, what's the answer?
Florida.
No, it is Florida. Okay.
3.5 foot alligator on the side of the road. It's got to be Florida.
Yeah, that's right. I know. I was trying to, but hey, they got them in Texas too. But not that many.
And you're right. It could
not
be
that many.
It could be Texas, but I'm saying when I think of Florida. Yeah.
No, very well done. All right, now next up, the bagpiper his wife was attacked by an elderly woman who we didn't hear this part. Her husband's a judge actually, so the judge's wife was the one getting in the bagpiper's face. Where do you think this lonely piper was, Ryder?
I'm saying if you're moving to the continental United States from Scotland, you want to be in the Midwest. We are the best place to be. I'm going with Wisconsin.
Fletcher?
Also, she seems passive-aggressive, this lady.
Does. That's very true.
Yes. The passive-aggressive is what caught my attention. Constable's office threw me off a little bit, but I'm going to say Wisconsin.
All right, Wendy, lay it on us.
Texas.
Damn straight. The Lone Star
Constable's
State,
office.
baby.
I should have stuck with Constable's office.
Yeah, you were
Texas.
You were feeling good about there. All right, last one. Tesla gets his car keyed, I should say, and sues not only for damages but for $1 million cash. What state do we think that happened in, Ryder?
Okay, I think that this one is Steve trying to throw us off the trail. Not a typical Florida story, but I'm going to say it was someplace classy like Miami or some kind of garbage like that. So I'm going with Florida.
I love how classy and garbage are synonyms in Ryder's world.
Right, absolutely. And I'm going to go for the complete FTW. I think you did it all backwards. I think we got Wisconsin at the end.
All right, Wendy, lay it on us.
Texas again.
Also Texas. Wendy, very well done.
Nice work, Wendy. Can't wait to see you on the boat.
FTT, and that spells tickets for Wendy.
Yes.
Karaoke cruise June 20th. It's going to be great, Wendy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
Bargument. Again, an argument you can maintain if you've had 3 or 4 beers already. A bargument.
Right.
Does chili have beans? Yes or no? This all started because I mentioned that in a lot of parts of the world, if you say chili and say add beans, they look at you like you're crazy. Our thoughts?
Chili has beans.
Chili has beans.
I'm sorry.
I like it with beans. Yeah.
Somebody said, and it's not if you like it or not. You can get chili without beans.
Yep.
Nick hit us up on the Facebook page with a picture of Hormel chili, and the specialty one says no beans. So you have standard with no additional labeling, and then you have no beans means it's kind of a specialty deal.
Okay, that's the Hormel way.
Yes.
Dave made another good point on Facebook trying to argue for beans. He said they are called chili beans for a reason.
Yes, they are.
Where else are they supposed to go? In pancakes? Good call, Dave. That would be gross.
Okay, all right.
Carrie said you need some good dark red kidney beans along with some good variety of peppers, onions, and lots of meat. I can get with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kidney beans, chili beans, and pinto beans should be in your chili.
Okay,
standard. Yes.
Fair enough.
Here's another good take from Tracy on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. Chili has beans unless it's used on hot dogs. Then it shouldn't have beans.
Really?
We're really getting in the weeds here.
Man.
Yeah, I was
This is
chatting with
serious.
Dave on the phone, and he's like, if you're eating a chili dog, if you are...
Sucking on a chili dog.
Right.
The beans will just spout out all over the place if you do chili with beans. Somebody said something about hot dog sauce, though.
Hot dog sauce.
Yeah, with no beans, it's just hot dog sauce.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you the other side of it. Our buddy Rick from Monticello. No, unfortunately, I can hardly ever get it that way. But Wendy's chili is still pretty good. Nice little plug for Wendy's, I guess.
As a lifelong chili fanatic,
where are you on this?
Well, no, I would say proper chili, the way it was originally, the originators of what we call chili, it wasn't beans. It was a ground beef thing. That said, I make chili a lot, and I do add beans. I'm fine with it. But I do have a chili recipe that I only make on New Year's Day.
Okay.
Oh.
It's very involved, and there are no beans in that. That's like the proper, authentic. There is ground beef and sausage, and everything is from scratch. It's no packet. It's a whole recipe that I co-opted from someone, and I added one extra pepper. Therefore, it's now my recipe. I call it mine. I took it right from somebody else.
Nice.
And it's known as Jackass Chili. And I used to say I'm going to open a little tiny restaurant called the Jackass Chili Shack that just serves this one type of chili until we run out every day. And I've still not gotten around to it.
So, percent chance that Jackass chili samples will be brought to the radio station.
Oh, very good chance.
Okay, good. I want to try this.
So if we go to Jackass Chili, on the menu, it's going to say Jackass Chili, and then the second item is going to be Jackass Chili with beans?
No, there's no room for beans in this chili.
It's
and
like going to Matt's, there's just the one thing?
That's exactly right.
How about cornbread? Can I get cornbread with it? You could have lots of sides
have
to go
whatever
with
you
it,
want
right?
on the side.
I'm saying at Jackass Chili at the Shack, you could offer lots of sides with this one chili.
No, just saltine crackers. No tortilla chips, no cornbread, just saltines, man.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And not Zestas, not that knockoff, an good old fashioned Nabisco saltine.
All right.
All right.
Whatever they're called.
Yeah, I like it that way. I like the
just know the box.
saltines. Do you guys put in so many saltines that you soak up all the juice, or do you not put that many in?
Depends
I'm
on.
not 3, no.
No.
Jeez, turn it into porridge? Is that what you're saying?
I was raised in a Zesta home. My mom bought Zesta crackers instead of straight up saltines.
Okay.
And when I had saltines, I'd be like, ooh, I like it. I had a Zesta not that long ago for the first time in probably 40 years. No, I'm not trying to, take a shot at the Nabisco company or whoever makes them, but it was awful. I was like, man, I can't believe my mom subjected us to these. It's like when I realized like Hydrox aren't nearly as good as Oreos. We were a Hydrox and Zesta family, and I look back and I'm like, we had to do what you had to do. I get it.
It's a family on a budget. Yeah,
the woman
absolutely.
could stretch $1, but my gosh, I tried a Hydrox once too as an adult, and I was like, oh no.
You know what's insane is there are people that will out there that will fight you over Hydrox.
100%. Oh, I know.
They're insane.
Where would I even find a Hydrox right now? I've never heard of this.
I don't know. I haven't. It's been a while.
Okay.
But that was, and I believe Hydrox I think they were around first. Oreo,
1,000% they were before Oreo.
Oreo was a Hydrox knockoff, but as in
Oreo,
so many
Oreo
companies.
is a Hydrox. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Hydrox was first, and Oreo came along and said, "Oh, we'll do that, but we'll make it taste like food instead of like whatever the Hydrox tastes like."
Yeah. Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.